Hello students, in our series of beta and gamma function, today we will discuss about duplication formula. We discussed about beta function, gamma function, relation between beta and gamma function. Now we will discuss about duplication formula. Now what is duplication formula? Duplication formula means there is gamma of n into gamma of n plus 1 by 2, that is equal to under the root pi over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 gamma of 2n. This is duplication formula. Once again, it is gamma of n plus 1 by 2 is equal to under the root pi over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 into gamma of 2n. So we will prove duplication formula. For that we will start with beta function, and again look here. If we want to prove the duplication formula, we will start with beta of nn. Always keep in mind that to prove the duplication formula, we will start with beta of nn. And we know by definition of beta function, beta of nn would be equal to 0 to 1 x raised to the power n minus 1 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. This is beta function. We will substitute x is equal to sine square theta. If we will substitute x is equal to sine square theta, we will have d of x, that is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta d of theta. Also, when x is equal to 0, from here theta would also be equal to 0, and again when x is equal to 1, theta would be equal to pi by 2. So again look at it. To prove duplication formula, we will start with beta of nn, and we know the definition of beta function. It is definite integral 0 to 1 x raised to the power n minus 1 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 dx. We will make the substitution. X is equal to sine square theta. We will differentiate. D of x would be 2 sine theta cos theta. We will find the limits in form of theta, that when x is equal to 0, theta would be 0. When x is equal to 1, theta would be equal to pi by 2. So beta of nn would be equal to integral 0 to pi by 2 sine square theta raised to the power n minus 1 1 minus sine square theta raised to the power n minus 1 into 2 sine theta cos theta d of theta. Again look, we will put x is equal to sine square theta. When we will put here, it will become sine square theta raised to the power n minus 1 1 minus sine square theta raised to the power n minus 1, and d of x is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta d of theta. So if we simplify it, it would become integral 0 to pi by 2. 2 is constant, it will come outside. It will become sine theta raised to the power, look from here, it will be 2n minus 2 and 1 power is here, so it will become 2n minus 1. Again 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta, and it will become cos theta raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of theta. Again look here about the powers of sine theta. Power of sine theta would be 2n minus 2 plus 1. So overall power will be equal to 2n minus 1. Again 1 minus sine square theta is cos square theta. So the power of cos theta would be 2n minus 2 plus 1. So whole power will be 2n minus 1. From here we can write it is 2 integral 0 to pi by 2 sine theta cos theta raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of theta. Again, if we convert it in single function, that sine of theta, we will multiply and divide by 2. It will become 0 to pi by 2 sine theta cos theta divided by 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of theta. Again, from here we would take out the constant outside, so it will be equal to 2, and from here it is 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1, and it would become integral 0 to pi by 2 sine of 2 theta raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of theta. Now even in our beta gamma function we have converted sine and cosine functions in integral of sine and cosine function with the limit 0 to pi by 2 in form of beta and gamma functions. But here it is the multiple of theta. So to remove this multiple, we will again make some substitution, that put 2 theta is equal to t. From here we will get d theta would be equal to dt by 2, and limits would be that when theta is 0, t would be equal to 0, and when theta is equal to pi by 2, t would be equal to pi. Again, why we are making this substitution? Because we are trying to convert this again in form of beta and gamma function. For that there must not be any multiple of the argument. So we are just removing the multiple of the argument here. So this integration would become, it would be equal to 2 over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 integral 0 to pi by pi, and it would be sine t raised to the power 2n minus 1 dt over 2, and it would be equal to 1 over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 integral 0 to pi sine t raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of t. What we have done? We have taken this 2 outside and it will cancel out with the 2 in the numerator. So we have shown that beta of Nn would be equal to this integral. Now just remind from our earlier result that integral 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to the power p cos raised to the power q d of x, and this is equal to 1 by 2 gamma of p plus 1 by 2 gamma of q plus 1 by 2 over 2 plus q plus 1 by 2. So students, keep this result in mind. We have proved this result in our earlier section. So always keep this result in mind, that we are just trying to convert it in this form. And for that, if we compare the two integrals, here only there is problem with our limits, that here the limits are with the from 0 to pi, but to write this result, limit must be from 0 to pi by 2. So we will use another result of definite integral, and we know that result is that if our limits 0 to a f of x dx, or you may write it from 0 to 2a f of x dx would be equal to 0 twice 0 to a f of x dx, when if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x. We have another result from the definite properties of definite integral, that definite integral 0 to 2a f of x dx is equal to twice of definite integral 0 to a f of x dx if f of 2a minus x is equal to f of x. Now we know that sine of pi minus theta is equal to sine of theta. So using the result here, these results from the definite integral, we can write it would be equal to twice 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 definite integral from 0 to pi by 2 sin t raised to the power 2n minus 1, and here we can write as well that cos t raised to the power 0 into d of t. Again look what we have done. We have used this result of definite integral. As we know, sine of pi minus theta is sine of theta. So using the same result of definite integral, that this integral which was from 0 to pi, we have written it 2 times definite integral with the limits 0 to pi by 2. So now we can use our result of gamma function, that we can write this integral in form of gamma function. And what it would be, that here I am just erasing here for your convenience, that we have shown beta of nn is equal to 2 over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 definite integral from 0 to pi by 2 sine of t raised to the power 2n minus 1 cos of t raised to the power 0 d of t, and it can be written in form of gamma function, and it would be equal to 2 over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 into, it would be 1 by 2 gamma of, what is p? P is 2n minus 1. So it will become 2n minus 1 plus 1 over 2, that is p plus 1 by 2. Again here q is 0, so it can be 0 plus 1 by 2 over gamma of 2n minus 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 0 plus 1 by 2. Students, look again what we have done. We have used this result from gamma function, that the integral from 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to the power p of x cos x raised to the power q dx, and it is equal to 1 over 2 into gamma of p plus 1 by 2 gamma of q plus 1 by 2 over gamma of p plus 1 by 2 plus q plus 1 by 2. And here p was 2n minus 1 and q was 0. So if we simplify it, it will become 1 over 2 will cancel out with 2, so it will become 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 gamma of n gamma of 1 by 2 over gamma of, from here we can write again n plus 1 by 2. Also we have find the relation between beta and gamma function, and what was the relation between two? Relation between beta and gamma function was beta of mn is equal to gamma of m gamma of n over gamma of m plus n. In our last lecture we have proved that relation between beta and gamma function, that is beta of mn is equal to gamma of m gamma of n over gamma of m plus 1. So we will use this result here. What it is? That beta of nn here, it can be written in form of gamma function, and it would be gamma of n over gamma of n plus n, and it would be equal to 1 over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1, and from here what will be gamma of 1 by 2? It would be under the root pi. You can also check that what is gamma of 1 by 2. Gamma of 1 by 2 is under the root pi. This is also proved in our earlier lectures. So it would become gamma of n over gamma of n plus 1 by 2. Now from here we will cancel out the term gamma of n, and we will reshuffle the terms, and after reshuffling the terms or after cross multiplication, it would become gamma of n plus 1 by 2, and this would be equal to square root of pi over 2 raised to the power 2n minus 1 gamma of 2n. That is, from here gamma of n plus 1, it will become gamma of 2n, and when we will cross multiply, it will come on the right hand side, and in this way we can prove duplication formula. So students, again look, first we have shown that beta of nn is equal to the integral, definite integral 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to the power 2n minus 1 d of t. Then we write this integral in form of gamma function using the result shown in our earlier lectures, and also we have written beta nn in form of gamma function from the relation between beta and gamma function, and we cancel out the same terms from both sides, and then cross multiplied the terms and find the duplication formula. So students, after proving the duplication formula, there is also some second form of this duplication formula you will find in your exam, that if we replace n by m plus 1 by 2, if we replace n by m plus 1 by 2, what will be the second form of this duplication formula? It would be gamma of m plus 1 by 2 into gamma of m plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, and that would be equal to square root of pi over 2 raised to the power 2 into m plus 1 by 2 minus 1 gamma of 2 into m plus 1 by 2. And if we simplify it, it would become gamma of m plus 1 by 2 gamma of m plus 1, and that would be equal to square root of pi over 2 raised to the power 2 of m, and here plus 1 minus 1 will cancel out, and gamma of 2m plus 1, and again if we cross multiply with gamma m plus 1, it would become gamma of m plus 1 by 2 is equal to under the root pi over 2 raised to the power 2m gamma of 2m plus 1 over gamma of m plus 1. This is another form of duplication formula. You will find somewhere in your exam that prove gamma of m plus 1 by 2 is equal to square root of pi over 2 raised to the power 2m gamma of 2m plus 1 over gamma of m plus 1. Now if in your exam you find that your examiner told you to prove this result, then how will you prove it? So students, again go in the start of duplication formula. In our duplication formula, we started with beta of nn, and it was definite integral from 0 to 1 x raised to the power n minus 1 1 minus x raised to the power n minus 1 d of x. And when we got this second form, what we have done? We have replaced n by m plus 1 by 2. So students, you have to keep in mind that you have to reproduce the same result step by step. There will be no change, just you have to change the start. And what would be the change? You have to start with beta of m plus 1 by 2 m plus 1 by 2, because we have found this second form by replacing n by m plus 1 by 2. So if you want to prove this second form, then how we will do it? We will start with beta of m plus 1 by 2 m plus 1 by 2 in place of beta of nn, and then we will reproduce the same result in the same sequence. Same steps would be followed, and we will reach at the second form of duplication formula. So students, in this way we will find the duplication formula, or if we find this second form, then you can find its proof at your own using the result that we will replace n by m plus 1 by 2, and we will follow the same steps, and you will find this result. So students, in this way we have completed beta and gamma functions. So